This is Venezuela Weekly with key developments that continue to reshape the country's political and economic landscape. Let's start with U.S. Energy Secretary Chris Wright's visit to Caracas this week, where he met with Delcy Rodriguez, marking the highest level U.S. engagement focused on Venezuela's energy sector in decades.
That visit comes just days after the U.S. Treasury issued a general license authorizing oil and gas exploration and production activities in Venezuela, a move aimed at supporting activity by U.S. and allied firms under specific conditions. The timing is notable. Washington is pairing policy shifts on paper with engagement on the ground. The new license opens space for activity in the oil sector under specific conditions, while the visit signals that the United States wants visibility into how Venezuela's energy framework evolves.
Turning to domestic politics, opposition leader Juan Pablo Guanipa was released, recaptured, and then placed under house arrest, according to his family. His case highlights how the releases of arbitrarily detained persons are critical, but so is making sure that Rodriguez's government ensures that they then remain free.
Yes, if Rodriguez was fully compliant with the spirit of her words, Guanipa should be a free man today. At the same time, Penal reported that they have verified 431 releases of political prisoners since January 8th. Cases where a person is placed under house arrest after leaving a detention center are not considered releases, as that still results in being deprived of liberty. The organization says hundreds remain detained and discrepancies persist between official government figures and independently verified counts. For observers inside and outside Venezuela, credibility will depend on whether releases continue, whether new detentions stop, and whether there's transparency in the process.
Protests have also taken place in Caracas over the proposed amnesty law. Families of detainees and activists argue that legislation excludes certain categories of cases and lacks clarity about implementation. Some have raised concerns that without strong safeguards, the law could leave room for future legal reinterpretations or selective enforcement. The closure of El Helicoide has been announced, but demonstrators are calling for concrete timelines and independent oversight to ensure that it does not simply reopen under another designation.
What happens next will determine whether these shifts amount to structural change or remain transitional gestures. Those are the developments shaping Venezuela this week. Thank you for tuning in. We'll be back next week.